Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review from the 12 beers of BrewDog. Yeah, and it's New Year's Eve, so happy New Year to you all. If you haven't seen this video beforehand, I know some of you will have done, but hey. And I've chosen a ridiculous beer, ridiculous because it's such a normal, everyday beer. But I've been hitting it hard over, yeah, December and over this year. I don't know until Untapped releases its figures, but I don't want to guess how many beers I've had this year, but I will definitely tell you once it comes out. So, with that in mind, I decided to do this beer, BrewDog Lost Lager. It's a lager, number one, and it's the Lost Lager, which you can get in loads of different places. 4.5%, lager like it should be. Well, we shall see. And then there's this thing round here, drink beer because it's cool. Lost is the world's first carbon negative beer. If you remember, they planted loads of trees up in Scotland and all the BrewDog trees died because they don't know anything about trees. They know about cutting down trees, but they don't know anything about repopulating trees because only Mother Nature knows how to do that properly. So, hypocrites, BrewDog, you know it. Anyway, one thing I do like, we have a gold top, but a silver bottom. When are people going to do gold bottoms? I would appreciate a gold bottom or a black bottom. Any people that are listening to this beer review and know things about canning beers, it wouldn't be that difficult, even just for me, if you would dip the bottom of your can, just that much, just dip it in a gold paint or something. That would make Unclejona very happy. You heard it first, 2025, we went gold bottom or black bottom. You know how we roll. I have had a couple of beers and a couple of liqueurs already, but that was out and about. So I'm back home again. Clickety click. Oh, I've gone a bit too. Oh, I haven't been that aggro. But yeah, as usual, because these cans have not been chilled down. This one's not too bad actually. There we go. Right, I've got to do a bit of changing because that should be like that. And then this one should be like that. Boom. And we'll try and make that on the front of this video. As usual, got a finger's head. No problem with the carbonation. It's not as clear as some of the beers have been. We haven't had the heating on, so it's a little bit, that's interesting, a little bit frosty. Actually, you know, that is super clear. I wonder what kind of lager this is going to be. Okay, so we've got that sulfur eggy kind of thing going on, which weirdly macro lagers traditionally don't have, but craft lagers do. So I don't know exactly what they're doing that the big macros, like, you know, the Carlsbergs, the Heinekens, those kind of guys. Other lagers are available, of course. The Fosters, for example. Anyway, cheers and beers. Happy New Year to you all. Okay, getting a bit of carbon dioxide burn, which is not unusual for lagers. Getting a little bit of hot bitterness, like a kind of lemony type thing, not as pronounced as, say, a Weiss beer or a Wit beer would be, but I am getting some sort of interaction here. Now, is it because of the yeast they've used, potentially, or is it the hops they've used, maybe? Not sure. I'm also getting a bit of creaminess. There is quite a nice malt bill to this. 4.5, is it? 4.5%. So this is equally as strong as the watery beers we've been having over the last few days, apart from that 7%er, which is pretty damn good. But this definitely tastes more like a beer. Those other ones, they literally tasted like water. And that's bizarre considering this is a lager and it's got more beer quality, more hops, more maltiness than a pale ale or a session IPA. So I'm saying a lager is better than a session IPA. Probably is anyway. Oh. Is that creaminess there? No, not especially. I would say this is probably a Pilsner styled beer, but it's definitely not a Bohemian Pilsner. This is more like a straight Pils, like a Holsten or something like that. So a sort of Czech. I suppose that could be described as a bit. Well, no, it never really was. Czech Pils. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lager. What more can I say, Divya? What more can I say? The BrewDog Lost Lager. I don't actually know why it's called Lost. A lost recipe, perhaps? Or they're reclaiming lost stuff for the environment. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. But anyway, hopefully you can see the irony in the fact that I've chosen to do a lager as my last beer of the year. I think this is my 101st or 102nd beer of December. So I'm doing quite well in December, but then I have been drinking like different Advent boxes, and I've got this box, and I've been out to the pub a few times. So yeah, 100. When you crack 100 beers in a month, that's pretty good going. For me, because I work full time, it's incredibly difficult to sustain. I do have retired friends, shall we say, and unemployed friends. I don't know why they're giving these unemployed people so much money that they can afford to go out and drink every single night. That's kind of too much, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, not sustainable for me all the time. But I have been doing it this month, and I think last month I hit it as well. So yeah, cheers and beers. So there we go. You never know, Devia. I might get a sneaky beer in later on today. But I'm happy that I've had the Lost Lager as my last one. Cheers and beers to you. Happy New Year for later on today. And I'll be back in the new year with another beer review.